What's up? What's going on, Snug? What's going on, TSA? How's everything, guys? How's my audio? Can you hear me okay? As usual, we're going to hang out a few minutes before we get this game going on, get this ball rolling, so to speak. Thanks, guys. So, Snug, I'm going to have a little surprise for you a little later on. Well, not specifically for you, but it's something you mentioned. I'm starting today. So, but we're going to talk in a few. So, how's everybody doing? Um, who was it? Was it one of you guys I saw? Oh no, I think it was JMK over at Scar My Guitar. Sean went live, and I think it was almost the first thing he said was, "Hey, have you talked to RJ about his build?" So, uh, yeah. What's up, Tim? How you doing, baby boy Mulligan? How's everybody doing? Everybody good? How's the family, Snug? Let me see if I can get some. Do this and not be too loud. Let me know if this clips. Hey Jay Guitars, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for coming. So, what's everybody been up to? Apologies for anyone who was looking for a video for this week. I kind of took a bit of a break only because YouTube is doing these new 3-minute shorts. So I had to figure out how to do that and try to come up with something decent, something people will watch. And I managed to get 2 done. We'll see what happens. So, but I can't even post them until the day they start. If I post them before the day they start, the system is going to see it as something else. So I can't even post it and set it up. So you won't even get a notification until the day it happens. So yeah, I know, baby boy. I feel a little bit like that too. I'm starting to feel like maybe if it doesn't come by Tuesday, maybe you should hit them up and say, "Hey, what's going on?" Because they won't tell me anything, but it's your stuff as far as they're concerned. So they'll be able to tell you what they won't tell me. So, all right, you know what? We got a couple people here. I'm probably gonna have to repeat this a couple of times, but um, we got some parts. Unfortunately, we didn't get all the parts that I was expecting. Baby boy Mulligan here, he actually shipped out the neck that you guys saw last week, and as well as a couple of pickups and some potentiometers. So thank you, baby boy. If I haven't said thanks enough already, thank you. And but the Postal Service decided to kick it around New York for a little while, which happens a lot for some reason. I can get something from Texas or California in 3 to 4 days. But if you mail me something in New York City, where I live, it'll go from one side of the city to the other and then back again. And it'll take 4, 5, 6, 7 days. I don't know. U.S. Postal Service. So, yeah, it's probably the only way we'll find out what's really going on because at this point, I'm starting to wonder if it got stopped for some reason because I'm not seeing it bounce to new places. If it was in Queens, it should have gotten to Staten Island. Even if they can't ship it, they should be on Staten Island by now. And it's just registering that it's still it's still in Queens. Thanks, Snug. Levels good. So I want to show you. I want to show some parts to you guys today. I really wanted to start assembling them. I really wanted to start putting the guitar together live today. But unfortunately, without the neck and without the pickups, we really can't do too much because I got to put the pickups in the pickup covers, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of things that got to go into just even doing the body that we can't do without certain things. So, um, but I still got a bunch, and if you haven't seen the Instagram or the community post, then I'm going to show you guys what we got. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to get too far ahead, so give me a minute on that. But in the meantime, Snug, a while back, you you mentioned you asked about doing a Discord. Well, I set up a Discord server. Um, I don't know a whole lot about taking it further from there. I'm going to be messing around with it, and I'm going to need some help. Do you know anything about working and setting up a Discord server? Because I could use a moderator or somebody as a administrator. Excuse me, an administrator. So okay, so baby boy, you've tried refreshing that page too, and it still says the same thing. Yeah, I've done that too. Um, so yeah, so the whole idea of a Discord, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a place where we can do whatever we want. I mean, it's like a gaming universe. It's you text messaging, video. We can send video back and forth. It's active as long as there's anybody on your server. So we could all just like hang out there and talk this stuff all the time. Or you won't have to wait to communicate with me until Sundays, right? Because you can at least post it on the server and I will see it. I mean, I may not be the main administrator, or I don't know how that's going to work out, but even if I end up not being the main administrator because I need to do some other things and I need to have somebody else do this, I'm gonna be on there all the time, right? It's on my phone. I'm gonna have it on my computer. Uh, so anyone who knows anything about doing anything with a Discord server, uh, contact me because I could really use a little help at this point. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna continue to figure it out. When I feel like it's ready, I'm gonna start sending out invitations. These links are good for like a week. There's a way to make them never end, but I gotta figure that out. Until then, any link I send you guys is gonna be good for a week. The plan is that eventually all the top guys here on the channel will be able to communicate on the Discord, and that's where things will get uh, disseminated first. Let's put it that way, because who knows what we're going to talk about, and uh, then it'll come to there's going to be a membership at some point. It's going to be like $2-3 a month, and then the only difference between the membership and non-members is going to be like when you how fast you see the videos and stuff like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, so the plan is that we're going to be able to do everything on the Discord, and then there's going to be a membership level, and then there's going to be what we do now, and that'll help the channel grow through memberships and shit like that. I don't know. I got to play around with it all, but the Discord is going to be happening soon, and I want us to be able to communicate there on builds like this. You know, the guys who really want to take part in them the most can be involved on the Discord. Uh, I'll work it out. All right, now let me shut up about that and show you guys some stuff. Now, one thing I noticed about these parts is they don't photograph as easily as you would like. They reflect dark first. You need to really like move and manipulate the light to get the color out of them in images. So I need to basically inundate them with light. So, all right, okay. In my hands, these things look great. I don't know how they're going to show up on camera for you guys. Okay, this one's got to come in. You really only need to see one. So let me just move. Let me. Okay, that one goes that way. There you go. That catches the light. You can't quite see it all. How's that look on your end, guys? Maybe a little closer. No, then it starts losing the light. All right. Right. There you can see the way it reflects. So we got that. These look really good. In person, they're beautiful. I just worry about how they're going to show up in pictures. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll be hitting up the people at Geico and asking them how they shoot these things because they make them look nice. So anyway, and they come in these great packages, guys. They really do. Most of the stuff came packaged like this. Actually, the only thing that didn't come packaged like this was the one item that I couldn't get from Geico. Some of you saw this last week, I think. We get it out of the bag here. All right, cool. You can see the bird. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So this is the jack plate. All right. Okay. And this is actually silver, but there's so much yellow in here. This is actually a chrome, excuse me. But there's so much going on here. You really don't even see that. And it looks more golden anyway with all the reflections going on. But I think it looks great. It's a nice piece. It's not a cheap one. But this one isn't Geiger. This is from Axe Labs. I found them on eBay. Oh. Couple more things. First, something small. White background and umbrella lamps. No, I don't follow, baby boy. TSA, they really do. I just worry that they're gonna look a little dark, and then with the darker colors in the bottom, I was hoping more gold would show through a little easier. But still looks great. It still personifies the idea of the rainbow and and what that means with autism. So, uh, worst case scenario, if for some reason after putting the whole guitar together and the pickups didn't look quite right, maybe they look too dark, I would just go out and buy those in gold and have and put them on. And they're like 20 bucks, so I wouldn't even worry about it. I've already considered that. So I think just changing those two in gold would be fine. Everything else is going to look how it's going to look and still send that message. But we'll deal with that when we get there, if we get there. All right. So these are that's the strap button. Yeah, you know what? You can see the color, the way it reflects in that better than some of the other stuff. That looks nice. Uh, and there's two. And it came with chameleon screws. And I got to tell you, I've been communicating with the people over at Geiger all week, and they've been great. Since they decided that to jump in and do what they can, um, I think I've convinced them that this is about as legit an opportunity as they can get from someone in my position with a small YouTube channel. And they've decided to be as comfortable as they can, giving us some assistance. I don't, maybe that's just in my head, but it seems like suddenly things got a little better, right? And that's great. That's great because when they got in touch with me, they they said that two items. They would like to offer us two items for free. And the only two items that were really left in my mind at that moment were the string trees and the tuners. And it was after the fact that I remembered that we need a backplate too, and they do 3D printing. So they were all set to give us the tuners and the string trees, and then I mentioned that we could use that as well. I did it in a way that was like, "Oh wow, now all I need is this. This is great." You know, I was just like conversationally mentioning it, and they were like, "Oh hey, we could take care of that." You know, and I was like, "Well, great. That would be great. I would be happy to pay cost or whatever." You know, and I could work it out. That was, you know, whatever the cost is, I could work it out. That was the message. And they came back and were like, I think we could do this for like 20, $25 to cost, and we'll just charge you that. We won't charge you for any full retail or anything. So we're going to get the neck plate for cost. Yeah. Yeah, Geiger has been really awesome with this. Jade, they really have, once they got to know what was going on, uh, they they put their toes in the water, so to speak, and they hooked me up. I'm now an affiliate. So if you ever need links to get, or if you ever want to get gear and help out this channel, let me know what you need from there, and I can get you a link that will get you 15, a link and a code that gets you 15% discount, and then the channel gets a fee equal to what you saved, more or less. And then I'm also a social media, uh, what do they call it? A social media ambassador. And when I buy parts, I get a 20% discount. And then if I make the video and give it to them, they for their use on their social media, which just is me and them being able to use it, then they'll give me another gift card for like 20% off. So it becomes a self-perpetuating thing. It helps the channel and it helps you guys. So if you ever need anything from Geiger, hit me up. Okay. Let me know what it is. If you know, if you have the link, just give me the link. I will in turn that into a link that'll let them know you know me, and you can get that 15% discount. And I'll give you the code because you need both, right? Anyway, so you're right. Uh, Baby boy. Okay, great. Snug, thank you. If I need parts, I'll be looking to them instead of yeah. You know what? Um, there are cheaper options, but I think what we're going to find with Geiger is that the quality, the overall quality is a little bit higher than what you're going to get, even at a similar price point, depending on the parts. Like the tremolo, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Getting a little sidetracked. Uh, After everything was said and done, by going through eBay, I paid $30 shipped from China, from them directly, right? But on the website, it's $32. You get a 15% discount. So you save, what's that, $32? You save about $5 right there. It's like $2 or $3 to ship. So it basically covers your shipping and your tax. And then yeah, and you're dealing with them directly. And that helps out the channel. So I don't know. Ramble. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. I showed you the humbucker pickup covers. They had pickup covers that have some etching on them, and because it's I'm talking about single coil pickup covers, by the way, because they're so small, they can't do a lot, and this and what they can do ends up looking a little too busy to be side by side with the owl covers. So I got the plain rainbow, which is only available in a set. So if anybody wants uh, two of them, a one for the bridge and one for the neck, let me know. So I got this for the center, right? Yeah, let me get this out of my hand so I can maybe, right? So now we need some kind of either stacked humbucker or a nice hot single coil to go in there. And that's one of the few things we still need, by the way. Preferably something new, something around 6.5, 7K. I know that sounds a little hot. Well, no, maybe not that hot. Yeah, 6K should be good because the bridge pickup, if what Tim tells me is correct, is going to be around 11.5K. So something around 6 would be a good complement because that's going to be about half the output of the humbucker, or roughly the same output as half the humbucker. Yeah, the tremolo is super heavy. Yeah, you know what? The tremolo, I'm going to pull that out now, baby boy, because the tremolo is nice. At the price that I got this for, you usually get a regular 6-point Fender style tremolo with the cheap zinc block, the real skinny one that breaks after like 6 months. Saving the best for last. This one doesn't have a cheap zinc block. All right, come on, come out. There we go. Okay. First, here, take a look at the arm. All right, for a $30 tremolo, you would normally get a screw-in bar. That's a drop-in bar. See if we can find the right angle there. There we go. It's a very skinny thing to show you guys. But you can see it's got all the colors in that, and it looks really nice. I'm seeing red, green, yellow, blue. Really nice. Baby boy, yes, I agree. 5, 6K would be good. I prefer a little hotter than 5. So I'm thinking more like 6, but yeah, between 5 and 6 is perfect. So here, before I show you the top, that's the block. Okay. Now they painted it. It could actually still be a zinc block, but it's a big, thick block. Oh, there we go. That lighting is weird. So, right. So now the bridge still has a piece of plastic on it, so it's probably not going to refract like it should. So you're just going to see the gold, but everything else, right? Everything from back here, and the back plates and the saddles, there, you see what I'm talking about, right? And even the Allen screws are done in the Chameleon. And of course, it came with the springs and the tremolo claw. So this is really nice. This is a quality tremolo for $30. Even if it ended up being 40 something dollars because you paid full retail and had to pay shipping, you know what I mean? It would be worth it. This is a good $50, $60 tremolo. Easy. You would you say that feels about right, Tim? It's a good quality. That's the bottom line. So thank you, Snow. If they are supporting this, I'll return the favor. That's much appreciated. Thank you. Uh, the build, yeah, I think so too. TSA, I think it's going to be off the hook. Well, you'll have to build your own copy. Well, at least now you have a way to figure it out, right? A way to do it. You got a template. You can watch the videos. Where does this go? Here we go. Okay, that goes back in there. Now, I really wanted to put this together today. I wanted to have everything here. We don't quite have everything for this yet. So If there's anybody out there who wants to donate parts, hit me up. I will provide you with the list of parts that we need and links. You can go take a look. And when you're ready, don't buy them then. Okay? Let me know and let me generate the RJ's Cave link. And then I'll give you, and then go there from that link and use the code that I give you to save 15%. Okay? That'll help you save a few dollars and it helps out the channel too. And it helps out future builds because I want to do more like this. I'm really hoping we can turn this into something that uh, is cyclical, right? The funds that are there are going to kind of almost always be there, whatever they are, 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, whatever it ends up being at every turn. We'll have that as a start for the build. And, we'll take things from there. And hopefully we can get some other, I can become an affiliate with some others. So this is not just going to be awesome. I think this can be the start of something really good for all of us. Really fun, entertaining, something we could do to help others and not leave our couch. Right? So, and I think that's the American way, isn't it? Or the American dream? So, yeah. So that's what's been going on with the build so far. I am just anxiously awaiting the rest. Geico has to get back to me and let me know for certain that we're actually getting the tuners, the string trees, and the neck plate. Um, if there's anybody out there who wants to donate funds for the neck plate, let me know. That's going to probably be about $25. It should be more like 75, and that would be just for one, right? Because they have to make a template for. It's usually for a run, right? They're only making one for us. So this is a really special kind of deal that they're doing it that way. It's not like, oh, we'll help you out here. We won't make any money. No, it's a little more significant than that because of the way this process works. Um, for anyone who's tried to have t-shirts made back a few years ago, before the internet, it was uh, you had to pay for the construction of the template to make your shirts, right? And that was a few $100s before you even started. Then you started to make a few hundred shirts. Yeah, okay. Martin, okay, what parts are still missing? Uh, we need a middle pickup, a single coil pickup, or a stacked humbucker. That's a single coil size, like a style single coil. If it's a single coil, there's some specifics. It needs to be reverse wound, reverse polarity, um, and that's really it. I need to know a little more about the pickups that are coming when they get here. Tim, do you remember what kind of magnets are in these pickups? Because I'd like to match that in the single coil pickup. I think TSA. Let me know if I'm right about this. I saw your video. You're working on a 5-way switch, so we don't need that. Um, Tim is supplying pots as well. Tim, thank you. You've been a star in this build. Thank you for that. Um, just trying to go over it in my mind real quick. So we're good on the neck. Um, we could use a back plate. We could use a back plate. There's also some creative things that we're going to need. We still do need a case, and it's possible to pick one up for about $50, $60 US. So if that's something somebody wants to pick up, we can do that. We could. I'm still working out and looking for the right strap. There's several people I've found who do custom guitar straps. They're not cheap, but I'm trying to find somebody who A will respond to me and B maybe be willing to do it for cost, or even donate, fully donate it. But there's going to be some cost with that that's going to be needed to do. There's going to be the customization of the guitar case. Um, we're going to need funds probably to, no, I'll probably get that done for free. I was thinking about a wiring job. If I get a professional wiring job done, it might cost me a couple of dollars, but I might be able to swing that for free. Um, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I'll feel a little more confident once I know more what we're getting from Geiger. I'm pretty sure we should get the tuners, the string trees, and then for free, and then the deck plate for like $25. So we will need that funds for that. Uh, I think beyond that, I have to get to a point with the build where I can see what else I'm missing. Oh yeah, one other thing. We have the jack plate, but we actually need the Stratocaster style jack that goes in the jack plate. So it's little things at this point, I think. Gold screws. That's probably going to be a big one. If you could find a pack of gold screws that could be used to build a guitar, like a full set of them, that would be awesome. Something like that should be available online on Amazon or eBay for like $20 or so. Uh, that could be purchased and shipped to us. That would be great. Geico is looking into actually donating some of themselves, so there's a possibility might not need them. Unfortunately, they don't have the all the screws in Chameleon, but gold they might be willing to donate. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, double rail. Well, double rail would be a humbucker, baby boy. I think, right? If you're thinking of the same thing I'm thinking of, a double rail would be a humbucker, so you wouldn't need reverse polarity. Well, and maybe you would. Yeah, you might want that for splits, right? You would want a reverse polarity. Yeah. Uh, checking on the pickups. Okay, thank you for checking on the pickups. If you can't, that's okay. I can always take a peek. If they're black, they're ceramic. If they look like chunks of metal, they're Alnicos. Yes, TSA. I've seen those on Temu as well, and they're like $5-10 on Temu. I thought of sending a jack and I forgot. Don't worry about it. I have those too. I just would prefer to get everything brand new for this. Uh, Other builds that we just decide to do ourselves and then figure out what we're going to do with it later, or maybe just do a community build and then give it to somebody. Uh, don't care. You know what I mean? I mean, I do care. I want everything to work, but I'm not as going to be as. I don't think we need to be picky about where we get things like a jack plate or a tremolo or you know what I mean. As long as they look in really good shape, relatively new, close to new, that's fine. You know, it could be okay that it comes from a Galari. We can make it better, you know. But on a build like this, I think we need to go all in. So, it's for a greater cause. So to half-ass it is just I don't know. Wouldn't that be morally wrong on some level? I mean, I don't know. Thinking out loud too much. So I got a couple of guitars I would like to. Um, that's okay. If you really want it, you can just throw it in the mailbox, but don't even do that. Um, so yeah, all right. So I think I think what else to talk about the build? Is there anything you guys need to know that I haven't been clear on? Let me ask you if I've been. Um, I know I need to kind of take a lead here because we're doing it on my channel, and the people are going to kind of be looking at it that way. Uh, But if I seem to come across at any time like I'm just doing this all unilaterally, let me know. All right, call me out on it because this is about us. This is not about me, and this is about other people, right? People with autism. So, um, and it is supposed to be a community build. So if you feel like I am doing something unilaterally and I'm doing it too often, whatever it may be, let me know. Call me out. So, um, okay. So now I have two guitars here that I can review. I'm going to be doing reviews on. And which one would you like to see first? Hold on. Okay, we got the new guy. All right, he needs a review. And by the way, if anyone who doesn't know, I won this guitar at Fret Not One. They're a relatively new channel. They're growing fast, man. I'm getting jealous actually, but they give away a lot of guitars, and that's how I won this. Excuse me. All I had to do was watch the video, share it to another platform, and then comment in the video. Done. That's it. You go into the randomizer, and you win. And I won this. So I don't know. You guys want me to review it? Let me know. That's kind of the one I'm planning on doing next. But I also have this guy. And this guy and I, the whole reason you guys haven't seen him is because we have a story. This one has been a work in progress and not quite done yet. Needs one more thing to make it perfect. But believe it or not, the neck through body, this is an Amazon guitar. So let me know. Ceramic magnets. Okay. 11.5 with ceramic magnets. It should be pretty good pickups as long as they're wax potted. If they're not wax potted, then they're going to sound noisy, but that goes for any pickup. So yeah, they should be good. Eddie likes ceramic magnets. So they'll be right at home here at 11.5. The bridge is good as far as output without being obnoxiously powerful. You know what I mean? Not like an SD from, I'm calling it an SD, the JB from SD, Seymour Duncan. I have knockoffs of that in some of my guitars. That's 17K. Excuse me. TSA, you're right, man. Those IYVs are great guitars. They make enough guitars for everybody else that they can churn them out. Right. And when they're churning them out, they're churning out guitars that have full finishes, not quickie finishes. You know what I mean? Like classic style finishes that take weeks and months to dry. Yeah. So loaded pick guard. Now I sell my two. Congratulations on your first sale, man. Golf clap. Okay, AKA, you like the idea of doing the fret knot first? All right. Anybody else? Any thoughts on that? Which one would you like to see first? Should I do it as a Does It Suck review, or should I just do a regular review? That's another good question. I need some of my two guitar builds and a bass. Did you see that? Yes, yes, baby boy, I saw that you mentioned that. Yes, the pickups have ceramic magnets, so I'm looking forward to getting them. I'm hopeful that they'll be the right fit. So, all right, so we are at 40 minutes, and wow. So, what else should we talk about? What else should we talk about, guys? Um, I didn't expect things to go this fast. So this is yours, is your show as much as mine. So what do you think? What do you want to talk about? You like the TSA? Okay. All right. Yeah, think I need to refine them a little bit. I mentioned a lot of the same stuff in the beginning when I'm introducing the guitar as I do when I'm going over the guitar and the review part. So I think I need to speak less about details in the beginning than I do at the end. But yeah, I think that's the way to go too. I think that might be a way to get a little more attention for these videos, for the videos the channel makes. So thank you for letting me know that you do like them too, guys. Sometimes you make these things in a bit of a vacuum. You don't really know. So this is all right. So uh, the only thing I should mention that I don't know if I really said this earlier. Uh, the only thing keeping me from doing the build is having all the parts. As soon as we have all the parts, we got to assemble the guitar because I've decided that in order to make sure that we can do everything we need to do to promote this guitar in time for the auction, is it's got to be ready by January 1st. Right, we're in the middle of October, so that gives us 2.5 months. So we're gonna have to get this guitar done. We don't need to have the case then. If we can get the rest of the parts and funding to finish the guitar, we can hopefully use the guitar to uh, get people involved and get a case, right? Because the more visibility this has gotten, the more reaction we've been able to get, and the more support we've been able to get. So I'm just hoping it continues in that direction. If it continues in that direction, we should be fine. But I need to start promoting this guitar sooner rather than later. And to have 6 months to promote it before the day is huge. If I can have 3 months to get people involved, and then I have 3 months to get a case done and this stuff, that'll be fine. You know, last thing I want is to not be done. I want to be able to show this thing off ahead of time. I want to get autism channels involved. Hell, if I can get attention from a news outlet somehow, that would be awesome. I got a young girl at my job who is the goddaughter of Vernon Reed. Vernon Reed, I mentioned this last week. Uh, and she's nice, and she's actually seems like she'd be willing to help if I asked her to try to introduce me to Vernon Reed. I don't know if she could actually do it, but she seems like if I asked her, I wouldn't get an instant rejection. So, uh, fingers crossed, I'll be able to do that. One day, show her pictures of a finished guitar. Say, I want him to play this on video, and just give me his opinion of the guitar on video, and let me put that in my use that on my channel. That's it. I forget who it is, but he's got a new deal. He got a new guitar deal. So he might have to be seen just with those guitars. Videos buffering, TSA. All right. Well, I've got this running as low as I can. So that's YouTube. Nothing much I can do about that. So, all right. So, was there anything else that you guys want to talk? Oh, we could talk about the neck plate a little more because I actually did things a little backwards. When I made the poll for the neck plates, I had already actually sent them an email with the three images and said, "Let me know which one is going to work best for you." They haven't actually chosen one, at least not in an email, but there's a chance that they're going to pick the one that they want to do, just to help them keep it as easy as possible for them, being that they're giving us all this for free and all this assistance. You know what I mean? But I did tell them in the email that which one you guys wanted, which was the most basic one, and which one I preferred. And I told them to go ahead and figure out what they need to use out of those. And so that's how that's going to go. Yeah, he would, right? Snug, that's good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. I have been setting this up the same way. I'm setting this up for minimal commercials for you guys. You should really only have time in an hour to see. It should be two. Maybe you catch a third if the show runs a little long, but it should only be one every half hour, and that's like the minimal I can do on that. So it looks like there's going to be an ad coming up in a minute. So here, this one's on me. I skipped the ad. So anyone who was just going to see the ad isn't going to see an ad now. Yeah, little button pops up and says, "Hey, it's coming up in a minute," and it gives you an option to click it. I never really noticed it before. Yeah, I think the reason for the inconsistency, Snug, is probably just because everybody jumps in at different times, and they're going to get it. It's going to be set up to maximize their viewing. Each person individually. So it affects people differently. I don't know, but yeah, I would really like to get Mr. Reed involved. Vernon Reed would be awesome. I mean, but this is a wish kind of thing. I don't expect this. I mean, this is the fact that I'm in this place, and she's his goddaughter. It's like I don't know what do they call it? Kismet. It's like from above. You know what I mean? Uh, but doesn't mean anything's going to happen either. So just play it right. The goal is to just play this whole situation right and hopefully the best results from it. Fingers crossed. Yes, Providence. Thank you. That's a good one. That's a good way of putting it. Providence. It's more than just a place in Rhode Island, right? So, but I think we're in a good spot with this build. I know it feels like it. Oh, I shouldn't say I know. It may feel like things are going a little slow, but it had to pick up steam. I was hoping for more steam, but it's going, and we're getting there. We're getting everything that we need so far, and if we can just keep building the snowball, come July, we'll have everything. And fingers crossed. Now I'm just gonna have to start making lots of videos. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the regular videos that we do. Uh, I'm gonna have to start making short videos for Instagram as well as uh, the information to promote the build. Because Geiger kind of is expecting a little attention out of this as well. So I need to make sure that uh, everybody involved is going to be happy in that regard. So, uh, and they've asked me Instagram, so that's a new functionality that Instagram has to help with this whole corporate thing. And so I need to make sure that uh, there's a reasonable amount of updates on the build, right? So I might have to post, here's the latest hardware that came in. Here's the latest part that came in, and then the next day it might be something else or so. So I'm going to be busy. My schedule is going to be pretty full in a way that it hasn't been for this channel before. I'm still going to keep on trying to get the regular stuff out and do everything else around it, but well, we'll see what works out, how that works out. In the meantime, we'll still be getting content because there'll still be videos. They just may not be as many review videos until we get caught up with that. So TSA, you're right. I'm not talking about the sparking up. It'll come together. I feel like that. I feel like this is going to sound weird. I feel like I've been given positive signs that this is the right thing to be doing as we started doing this. Because that guitar that I won, that was the exact guitar I wanted to win in this whole thing. And it's the very first video that I saw from Fret Not over at Fret Not and put my name in. So, I mean, what are the odds of that? You know? And it comes right after. And I literally saw that video, found out about Fret Not. I think it was the exact same night that we've had that conversation. That we had that initial conversation where JMK, UTSA, and I were like, wow, this is just getting to be too much. I mean, with you and your daughter and JMK and his personal situation and his history, and it just felt like once we started going in that direction, it just felt like it was a snowball. That's why I keep coming back to the analogy, I guess. Psychologically, as yeah, in the back of my head, I knew what was going on, right? I saw the commonality. So, and it was more than just this guitar too. There was a couple of other things that happened that, oh, the people I've been meeting since then, right? Because I met that gentleman who works for the AHRC, and that could be the next one we do. I haven't really spoken to him yet because I haven't really tried because I want to be able to show him something, and I want to be able to maybe not have to go out of pocket for this, right? Maybe it can be a bill that they sponsor. So I want to go at it like that first, and to do that, I need to show them this. So, yeah, it'll come together, and it'll get. I just feel like this can be the first of several. You know, TSA, you sent me an email that was just like Randy Rhodes, and I was like, huh? But then, yeah, right. As you said after in my re- in your after my reply, uh, another icon with an iconic guitar. So yeah, and we did have that conversation, right? About letting me know, reminding me, just dropping me an email. So yeah, so you're sparking up TSA. And guys, if it sounds like I'm talking too much, just speak up. Yeah. Although, let me know if I put my foot in my mouth. I can ramble. Yeah, I think it's a positive way to go too. I'm not the greatest builder, but I don't have to be, right? It's about what we can do as a group. And if a little bit of that has to get outsourced until I can build my skill set to match some people who watch these videos, uh, you know, so be it. I'll get around to it. I got to get back to the build, the kit, and work on that. And I don't want to do that until I feel more comfortable with what's going on with this one. But I got to start that soon. By the end of next week, hopefully the guitar will be getting put together piece by piece. Just use a basic neck plate put together until you get the custom one. Yes, that's a good point, baby boy. And actually, I had considered that, but thank you for reminding me because that was actually out of sight, out of mind, and might have just gone forgotten for a while. So thank you. Yes. TSA. Okay, you have a good eye for details. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe that comes from years of sitting down and looking at Guitar World magazine and obsessing over parts. That's what I used to do when I was younger, right? Remember the days before the internet, TSA, when you had to use a magazine once a month, right? You get a magazine once a month. Yeah. And yeah, when I was a kid, when I well, not kid, but I was like 18, 19, 20. I actually would get Guitar World. They still put it out. And it's amazing to me they actually still put it out as a paper publication. It's an annual list. It's an annual directory of all all the builders, parts makers, you name them, you name it. Anyone that does anything related to guitar is in this thing. And I used to buy it every summer and just look through it. And there were times that I'd actually pick up the phone and call these places and ask questions. Yeah. If I had had a better, if I had better opportunities when I was younger, a little more motivation, I think things could have been different. Anyway, long story. Yeah. Okay. A little Playboy magazine. Little. No. Well, yeah. Me too. Right. Puberty does that to a guy. Makes you a bit single minded. Right, baby boy. There was a lot of them at one point. Between the different regular guitar magazines and then the different side publications that they had, you could have a directory of your own of every guitar company, every guitar builder, every guitar part maker. And yeah, I hell at one point I remember there was a company that had a tremolo that could be set up so you could just use a tremolo, a right-handed side that could go all six, the whole bridge, or just the high side. And then it had a spot where you could put the bar on the top, so you could do the same thing on the other side. So you can actually set the guitar up so to be just like a bass side tremolo or high side tremolo, and or the whole tremolo. That's the kind of shit you used to see. Excuse me, guys. I have an itch, just an itch. Oh, much better. So we're getting close to an hour. I think we'll call it at an hour like we've been doing. All right, guys. It's getting late. I know some of you go to bed. I don't want to keep you all here. Um, the build's going to keep going. As I keep getting information, I'll try and let you guys in on it as I get it, on the community page. If you happen to be on Instagram, check me out there. Okay, it's RJ's Cave. Just look me up over there and follow me. And because sometimes I'll post some stuff there that you might not see here. Okay, just because it's going to be pictures and maybe as much as a daily thing at times. So you might want to check that out. All right. And all right, so the next review I'm going to do is going to be the one that I won from Fretnot, the Harley Benton R446. After that, I'll get around to the IYV in between getting the build caught up, the guitar kit world build. All right, and keep helping me out, guys. Let me know what you want to help out with. The email is rjscave@gmail. Hit me up if you want to help out, and I can give you an updated list of what we need. And who knows, I might get to be an affiliate for Glary or somebody else along the way now, and then I'll be able to give you some discounts, give you some codes. You know what I'm saying, for other stuff, not just for Geico parts. All right. So this has been an hour. You guys have been awesome. I'm going to call it here. Okay. Uh, love you all, guys. Really appreciate every single one of you. It's great to see you all. If there's anybody I did not say hello to, thank you for coming. That's switching knobs out the next couple of weeks. TSA, not well. Yeah, take your time, but I'd like to have it. I don't know, next month. You know what I'm saying? Within the next month or so, I think that'll be a good time frame to get it wired up. Because hopefully my friend will be well again, and we'll get all this straightened out and get it done quick. So anyway, thank you guys. Love you all. And anything you need, anything you want to get in touch with me, just hit me up at the Gmail. Hit me up on a comment on any video. I'll see it. All right. Till next week. Take it easy, guys.